Hello, and welcome to Sonata She Wrote. This video is continuing the analysis of Weyse's Piano Sonata No. 8. This is the second movement, which is a condensed sonata in C minor. If you haven't seen the first movement yet, you can find that on my channel. If you recall in the first video, the musicologist Jens Peter Larsen had written that Weyse rejected many of Beethoven's new ideas about music. This sonata is from 1799 at the latest, so I can't say whether Weyse follows Beethoven into some of his later treatments of sonata form, but this movement in particular shows a strong link with Beethoven's music, particularly his Pathetique sonata, which would have been written around the same time as Weyse's sonata. Let's hear the primary theme from this movement, and I think you'll see what I mean. So, are there piano sonatas in C minor? Of course, and C minor is typically quite a stormy key, so this kind of drama in this specific key wouldn't be unusual. Also, the tempo marking of grave is unusual enough that it sticks out to me, but it's also not impossible. What stands out as especially unique to both the Pathetique sonata and Weyse's sonata is the melodic use of the bass voice and the distance between voices. In many cases in this piece, similarly to Beethoven's Pathetique, Weyse is approaching the extreme top and bottom of the forte piano's register. Am I saying this movement is inspired by Beethoven's Pathetique sonata? Honestly, not really. There's no way to know whether Weyse had ever seen or heard that piece played. Beethoven, however, may have drawn inspiration for the Pathetique from Mozart's K457 piano sonata, which has a similar movement layout to Beethoven's, and musicologists have also pointed to several works both by Bach and Handel in C minor with grave tempo indications as potential inspirations for Beethoven. Beethoven was a real Handel fan. A Fandel, if you will. So perhaps Weyse drew inspiration from the same sources that Beethoven had, or perhaps C minor, especially in temperaments of the time, simply was associated with this type of music. Let's see how Weyse continues with it though, because unlike Beethoven's introduction in the Pathetique, this is a full sonata form. Notice that after the transition, which launches with the motivic opening of the primary theme and moves quickly into G minor, Weyse blocks a potential half-cadence medial caesura with an E-flat major chord, teasing us with the major mode. Although a deceptive cadence in G minor, remember that ideally in a C minor sonata we would modulate into the key of E-flat major. Unfortunately though, this tonal area is rejected, and G minor resolidifies and reaches a PAC EEC 4 bars later. The development of the second movement, unlike the first movement, does include elements from the primary theme and the secondary theme, and is therefore fully rotational. Perhaps because this movement does not include a promissory major mode secondary theme, there is no reason for the primary theme to dominate the development section and suppress the secondary theme. Of note is Weyse's apparent pattern of keeping the development more unstable than is usual. Although a PAC is not a mandatory part of a development, it's a normative part of many development sections, and Weyse has now declined this option twice. modulation condenses even further. The primary theme and transition have merged into one, and they attempt a stronger one PAC as a medial caesura. However, as often happened in the first movement, the cadence is blocked by a series of suspensions left over from the 5 chord. A second tragic ending. This movement shares many of the deformations of the first movement, including cadences blocked by suspensions and some tricky deceptive cadences. The deceptive cadence in this movement was particularly expressive, as it was one of only a handful of major mode moments in the sonata. Up next is the final movement in this work, and it shows the influence of another composer who was much closer to Weyse's home. As I said in the first video, this series is all being released on the same day, so head over to my channel to find the playlist which includes all 3 movements, and give it a watch or save it to your watch later. If you enjoyed the video, go ahead and give it a like, and comment below to tell me what you thought. If you'd like to support the channel even more, consider donating any amount to my Patreon.